junior running back Johnathan Franklin. Coach, we'll have you make an opening remark, and then we'll take questions from the group.
All righty. Well, good afternoon or good morning, whichever I guess we're hedging on both. Excited to be here. As a coach on the proverbial hot seat, I guess you're excited to be invited to any of these things. But I am looking forward to the upcoming season. I know I say that every year, but never more so than this year. Got a bunch of youngsters that are been working unbelievably hard in anticipation of this season. Johnathan has assumed a leadership role, and I just am very, very excited about having this group of guys. Many of them were in my first recruiting class when I got to UCLA, reached this point in their careers and have so much to prove, and especially at the dawning of a new conference and the first ever Pac-12 championship at stake. So very much excited about the prospect of beginning the 2011 season, and happy to take any questions you might have. Johnathan, you got anything you want to tell the folks?
It's great to be here.
Man of very few words.
Down here in the front center.
Questions?
Got one.
Coach Neuheisel, being that you are on the hot seat, what is it going to take to turn this season around and continue your coaching tenure?
Well, don't have to turn it around yet because nothing bad's happened yet. But you know, I think in this business we all are on somewhat of a hot seat at all times. I mean, that just comes with the nature of the beast. Certainly, expectations at UCLA are such that it's important that we fashion together the best season possible. I think we have a number of quality kids with the kind of experience that you can safely say they're going to play well. We've got to get lucky and stay healthy like every other team has to. But if we can play well at the quarterback position, and when I say well, I mean consistently, and not turn the ball over to the extent that we've been prone to do over the past 3 years, and we can protect the quarterback, meaning that the offensive line can have some measure of continuity and do a good job up front. And then put that together with the same running game that we fashioned last year when Johnathan was a 1,100-yard back. I think we're light years ahead of where we were at this point in the running game. So even if the numbers were the same, if we can fashion together the kind of throwing game that I've been associated with in the past, I think there's reason for great optimism. Defensively, we'll be better. Took it on the chin a little bit because of inexperience a year ago. We lost Brian Price to the NFL. We lost Dayton Jones to a foot injury. So our two experienced guys up front were both lost, and so we were gonna be a little bit uphill in the front seven. But I think because of that, we're a year better, a year older, a year stronger. And for the first time in my time at UCLA, we're too deep on defense, with the possible exception at corner. So where everybody can go in there and play, and you don't feel like you're losing a lot when someone else goes in the game. So for those reasons, hope springs eternal.
Second row on the right.
This is for Coach Neuheisel. Let's talk about your passion bucket status for a second here. I
know say one thing on a radio show, and look what happened.
I know it's always overflowing, but I'm wondering, what do the Bruins have to do to get the fans excited to go into the Rose Bowl? Is it just a win number total, or is it
beat Houston? Yeah, because we play the next week against San Jose State. So if we can go on the road and beat Houston and do so in an impressive way, look like a well-coached and a sound fundamental football team, I think they'll come out the next week and be excited. And if we can find a way to win that one, then the next one's against Texas, and it can happen that fast. I mean, it doesn't take long to win back your constituency. They just want to know that there's reason for their optimism. And so we just got to come out of the gate ready to play.
Stay in the second row right there.
Coach, how have the sanctions across town affected recruiting specifically? Has it worked to your advantage? And And can you elaborate on that?
You know, I haven't noticed anything with respect to that. I mean, obviously the numbers will be small. And remember, those sanctions didn't play into it at all this year because they didn't, had an appeal. But you know, their numbers will be down. So we'll wait and see. But at the end of the day, it's about us. If we go out and play like we're capable of playing, put ourselves into postseason play, have a great showing in that capacity, people will come to UCLA because they'll be intrigued about the momentum of the program. When they get to UCLA, they're going to say, holy cow, what a beautiful campus. They're going to see the kind of kids and the character of the student athlete that we have at the school. They're going to be excited about it. Moms and dads are going to say, I want my son here. And that's how you get a program going. We're not far away from getting that jump started.
Down here in the center, front row.
This is for Johnathan. They're changing the excessive celebration rule to take touchdowns away if you go crazy before the goal line. Say you're down against USC by 5 points, 5 seconds left, you're on the 3-yard line. You do an end around, you're all alone. How hard is it for you not to do something crazy before you go over the goal line? You have to constantly think about it, or how are you going to handle that?
You just got to be disciplined, you know, and I just want to celebrate with my team after I score that touchdown, you know. After I do it, I just run over with my fellas and celebrate.
Stay right here in the center.
Rick, you may be the best one to ask this, but what do you expect from Colorado as a new league member, both present, future, potential?
Well, I'm thrilled for Colorado. I don't know if you remember, but in 1995, when I was named the head coach there was some talk about Texas and Colorado joining the Pac-10 at that time. And Judith Albino, who was the president, asked my advice, and I was just smart enough, never going to call myself smart, just smart enough to say, you know, probably not the best person to ask, because I was so gung-ho for it. I didn't want to be on record as doing that as my first official act as a head football coach. But I think it's the right move for Colorado. Having coached there, I know that California recruiting is vital to their success. And now being part of the Pac-12 and having games in the state of California on an annual basis is going to be a huge boon to their recruiting. So it'll be a great thing for them.
Back here on the left.
Coach, how do you see the quarterback battle playing out going into camp?
Well, I'm anxious to see it played out at all. You know, I do have an announcement to make with respect to Brett Hundley. Brett Hundley is going to undergo knee surgery on Wednesday. He's got a little torn meniscus that'll keep him probably out for 3 to maybe 4 weeks. Hopefully we'll have him for the second half of camp. He hurt it playing basketball. But he'll be back before long, and I'm excited that he's had as much work as he's had prior to that, so that we at least know what we have when he does return to health. But Kevin Prince, you know, is going to be back, fully ready to go. He didn't participate in spring because of the rehabilitation of his knee that was surgically repaired in last fall. So he and Richard Breho and Nick Chrisman, Darius Bell, they're going to fight in the scratch. And, you know, ultimately what we have to do is play the position well. It makes no difference as the name on the back of the jersey to me. What makes the difference to me is that the guy has all the intangibles that are necessary to play it well. One, intelligence, knows the situation, knows what is required of this particular situation. 2, has the ability to throw it to guys in the same colored jersey accurately. And 3, you know, the team loves him and follows him. You know, those are the kind of things that you need at that position. And our conference is full of them. And it's time for UCLA to have that guy as well.
Any further questions? Back here on the left again.
Who do you expect to get the first reps going into fall camp? Or first day of practice, who's going to be
Who lines up with the first team? That's you know, we'll flip a coin. How's that? I think Kevin Prince will. I think Kevin Prince deserves it. He was the starter when he got hurt, and he'll get the first snap. And he needs more work because he didn't get spring football. But Richard will be right there, and it'll be a battle.
Back in the center.
Coach, a little bit of a tough go for you.
to start this process. Has it been a little more difficult than you anticipated in getting this thing turned around?
Yeah, that's fair to say. I'm always an optimist. I believe that it's possible. I thought we were on the verge of it after the 2009 season with the bowl win and coming back, but last year unfortunately took a step backwards with respect to our progress for a number of reasons, not to be gone into again. But I think what drives all competitive people are great challenges, and this is certainly that. It's a great challenge. I have a real stake in this. This is not just my job, it's my alma mater, it's kind of my dream to be the head coach at UCLA, and I am looking forward to this year like none other, and that if we can get over this hump and get going in the right direction, it'll be one of the great accomplishments in my own personal career, and something that I think everybody will be excited about, that I'm close to within the program and externally that follow our program. So I really am thankful for the challenge. It's going to be a great one and hopefully a successful one. And with guys like Johnathan pulling as hard as they are and working as hard as they are, I feel that we've got a great chance.
Question in the back right.
Johnathan, over here. You've always been a kind of a quiet player. Are you ready to step up and be the vocal leader at UCLA?
Yes, sir. I mean, I have no choice but to. You have Raheem Moore going, Akeem Ayers going, and I'm placed in a platform where I have to lead this team. And, in the late games when we need a guy to make a play, I have to be that guy. I have to be that guy to bring the spark to the team. I have to be that guy to carry the team to, to the top once again, just with me and other guys. So I'm ready for that challenge. That's why I came to UCLA.
Any further questions? None, all right. Okay, Rick, thank you. Johnathan, thank you.
All right, thanks everybody.